Let's stay with that story because South African businesses say it's important for the country to strengthen its trade and investment relations with China, which is still the second largest economy in the world. Today, entrepreneurs from here at home met with their Chinese counterparts ahead of the summit. Our international news editor, once again, Sophie Mokoena, also spoke to the CEO of Standard Bank, Tshabalala.
Today, President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to address the business forum between South Africa and China, but to speak to us in terms of what business is expecting from the FOCAC in general, but with engagements with their counterparts, is crucial to get what they have discussed thus far. With me, I have the CEO of Standard Bank, who's going to share with us his observations. Thank you so much, sir. Let's talk about how important is China for South Africa, particularly when you look at the financial sector.
I think the way to think about it is that South Africa requires vast amounts of funding and capability to execute its infrastructure projects. There are vast amounts of infrastructure projects that are necessary to be done, and they range from power to logistics, the rail network, the road network, our ports, our airports, our municipalities, our telecoms system, our water reticulation. And so there are vast projects that are necessary. They require engineering capability, they require manufacturing, they require financial resources. And in partnership, therefore, with South African corporates, government, and partners here in China, we would be wanting to take advantage of the economies of scale and scope that arise from partnerships with people that have got experience that is similar to that we face in South Africa. And so our expectation is that we'll be building stronger relationships. We'll be sourcing these capabilities, just like we want to source them from other parts of the world, the European Union, the United States, other parts of Asia, the United Kingdom. There is lots to be done, lots of funding required, lots of capability required.
Standard Bank has got a relationship with China. If my memory serves me well, some years ago, the delegation came here and there were talks in terms of how you can work together with financial institutions in China. Is there any project on pipeline right now?
Oh, absolutely, ma'am. We are in partnership with the largest bank in the world, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. They own 20% of Standard Bank. We have a joint venture with them in the United Kingdom where they own 60%, we own 40%. We do projects for ports, for railways, for energy projects in partnership with them on the continent. We've been doing this for more than 16 years now. We've got a team that is based here, that has been here for 16 years. And we just continue quietly to add value to trade and investment on the continent in partnership with ICBC.
Let's turn to the continent. How do you hope to extend this partnership with the rest of the countries where you operate?
Standard Bank operates in 20 countries on the continent, South, Central, East and West Africa. We, on the continent, require roughly $3.4 trillion of investment in infrastructure. It's $3.4 trillion. It is vast.
Massive.
It's massive. South Africa, by virtue of our infrastructure and capabilities and our great institutions, are the entry point, and we are able to assist the rest of the continent as it executes against its own projects. Importantly, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, the largest continental free trade area in the world, will bring together all the African countries, improve trade amongst ourselves, lower the barriers to trade, but improve the investment environment, and therefore put in place these massive projects that we need. And also those projects are water projects, electricity, roads, railways, dams, ports, And all of these are important for improving the livelihood of Africans.
You spoke about water and dam. I'm thinking of Lesotho, the Lesotho Highlands Development Project, Phase 2. Today, they are receiving those important machineries that will be used to get that tunnel going. But in South Africa, we have a government of national unity now. In terms of business, are you optimistic that the country will be stable? Because if the country is not politically stable, then it becomes a problem for investors.
Ma'am, Standard Bank said this prior to the elections, and we continue to say it. We say South Africa is open for business. It has got a constitution that is amongst the best in the world. We have the rule of law. We have very strong and functioning institutions, whether it be the judiciary, the National Treasury, the Central Bank, the Department of Science and Technology. South Africa actually works. And our elections were excellent. Within a week of the results, the ruling party accepted the results. The president stood up and spoke about that. There was a government of national unity within a short period of time, whereas Belgium took 550 days, the Netherlands took half a year, and us in South Africa did it overnight. That government of national unity has got a duty to deliver against the projects that were being executed prior to the elections. Again, electricity, crime, water, and so forth, under Operation Vulindlela. So we're optimistic, and let me mention two statistics, and then I will stop. The first one is the rand has strengthened by over 7% since just before the elections. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange has improved by 16% since prior to the elections. That is a summary of the confidence of people who are managing money in South Africa. It's an exciting time for our country.